we are picking up some supplements. I'm all out of my general health subs, and I was browsing through the internet of a few different sites that I order stuff from with a really good price and good variety of brands, and I found out one of the places I order online is 5 miles away. So we're gonna walk into the warehouse or a retail store version of it. It's Vitacost.com. We're gonna check it out and stock up on some general health subs and check out the store and see what it's all about. The retail building. It's like a library. So after viewing the place, it's not as big as I expected because they only carry 2% of what inventory they have in the back of the production. So I'd have to call ahead of time, one day out, to get my order, and it'd be brought up to the storefront. But right now I'm just getting what I can, the odds and ends. And so I'll show you what I'm getting right now. And that is Barlean's liquid fish oil, delicious key lime flavor. This, besides Carlson's, this would be my second choice. If you guys ever had any of these flavor items, they're like a smoothie flavor. It's delicious. We got key lime and pineapple passion, or passion pineapple. And then everyone knows that I'm a big proponent of D-ribose, and they have a really good deal. Their house brand's D-ribose by Vitacost, and they actually use the BioSynergy trademark, so you're getting the high quality stuff, but it's only 15 bucks. And this comes out to be similar to the Now Brands product, which is also a great value. Now Brands has a 16 ounce that's around $45. You get the same type of value with this. You just got to buy 3 of them. And then found these cool things on clearance. Coconut water with whey isolate, and there's 3 grams of carbs and 20 grams of protein, and it's sweetened with stevia. And I'm a big advocate of coconut water and how it hydrates you for your training. And
all those egg white chips.
All these IPS egg white protein chips, 6 grams of protein per bag. Carbs 17 grams, fat pretty low, only 4 grams. Just nice little snacks. I'm not really going to eat these unless it's my cheat day, but Rachel likes these, so she got some of these. And I got a little bit of beef jerky for a snack for me post-workout, and she'll be eating that too. Other than that, guys, I'm going to do the rest of my shopping probably online, or I'm just going to call them up and come back in later because I want to stock up on a bunch of things. Found a random goodie as we walked out. There is a clearance section of Vitacost, and yes, I have product through True Nutrition, which is instantized BCAAs as well, but I found this IBCA, which is the instantized, for $3. Not gonna pass that up, so I picked that up too. There's a lot of, and it's not discontinued or anything. They said basically if a product doesn't look good or the appearance isn't good or anything tampered, the online company will send it to them and they can instantly sell it to walk-in store customers as well.
60 to 90% off.
60 to 90% off. So there were some other items there, like protein powder for $3, and just really amazing products that weren't like nasty or expired. They were just tampered with or whatever. That's pretty cool. So that's a cool place. We're going to start coming here and then ordering ahead of time. All right, we are at the eastern location, EOS Fitness here, and we are going to get a shoulder workout attempt here going, and my shoulder's still hurting me from the chin-ups I did like a month ago, so my shoulder's still messed up, so I can't really do any pressing. So we're going to show you what weak sauce shoulder workout I'm going to get done. My main goal with what I'm trying to do here is very, very high reps, not a lot of weight, because let's face it, I don't have enough testosterone and growth hormone and stuff to bounce back and really do anything to recover muscle that well. So I'm trying to create basically a glycogen depleting response. I'm trying to induce GLUT4 proteins or transporter proteins to my muscle cell surface, translocating them to the surface via mechanical force from high reps, so I can eat and hopefully have some type of shuttling to my muscles instead of insulin resistance to my muscles. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do some high reps and feed right afterwards. All right, we're going to try the $3 Vitacost BCAA Cool Melon. Let's see what this bad boy tastes like here. Smells really good.
Ew, what are you doing?
Scooper. It's instantized, so you know it's messy. That sweetener is insane because the instantized BCAAs taste really bad. I'm gonna say this stuff doesn't taste amazing, but as you can see, it is instantized. It's getting more clear. There's not too much foam. $3, worth it. Would I buy it? Probably not. The flavor's not very good. And let's train. All right, so I'm gonna do some cable lateral raises, high reps, explosive concentric, no real resistance. I just wanna basically get the muscle contracted and deplete as much glycogen as possible. Once again, to stimulate glucose uptake, non-dependent on insulin. So basically independent of insulin through resistance training. Not trying to cause muscle growth here, I'm just trying to cause nutrient partitioning to the muscle, so it's a really weak workout. Secondly, I'm probably gonna throw that $3 or BCA powder in the garbage. It is absolutely terrible tasting. Here we go. Reps, 30 reps, maybe even 50 reps. It's almost like you're depleting before a show. That's what I'm trying to train like right now, just to cause nutrient absorption post-training. Simple as that. Last week we went to Samurai Sam's, which I was so happy about. We're keeping it simple this time. I'm going to the tried and true Rachel approved Teriyaki Boy on Eastern.
Yes.
Remember, Rachel, you wanted me to, you were like, I hope you get sick on that chicken from Samurai Sam's. You wished food poisoning upon your husband. Anyway, we're gonna go to the OG, the original place here, home of course, Jay Cutler and many other people, and get a maybe a Jay Cutler bowl, maybe a beef and broccoli.
You won't eat that much.
I won't, because it's like literally 12 ounces of cooked chicken plus like 5 cups of rice. So I'm not gonna get a Jay Cutler bowl. I'm gonna get a what do we call it? A girl bowl or like a
large
bento bowl. All right, here we go.
No.
All right, so you just witnessed our delt training workout, which was pretty much a joke. I mean, it was just high reps for me. I pretty much used the same resistance weight as Rachel did. I was getting 30 to 50 reps each time. You know, I'm going to answer some questions that people might ask. They might just have these questions. Well, some people might wonder, well, why won't you do heavy compound multi-joint movements like squats, deadlifts, power movements whenever you're in a low testosterone, low GH state to induce natural hormone production? Well, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think any potential surge in acute hormones from the resistance training would manifest to anything noteworthy for me in my situation. Whenever you're experiencing hypogonadism, you know, from chronic androgen usage from 10 years, some deadlifts and squats are not going to put you in any type of range. Next question might be, well, why aren't you doing it just for muscle preservation or stimulation? Well, I honestly just don't want to go under heavy loads right now. I don't have a lot of oomph and strength and motivation. I also don't want to breathe heavy and hold my breath for squats and elevate my blood pressure. The main goal of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it is to increase glycogen synthase enzymes via high repetitions, sometimes ballistic, sometimes controlled, just various tempos
My whole goal is, since I'm not absorbing nutrients at all very well, I'm batting them away from muscles. Training might be the one time that I can do so by recruiting GLUT4 transporter proteins inside the muscle cell. Once you do mechanical force or resistance training, it recruits the proteins, it translocates them to the surface of the cell. Therefore, whenever you eat afterwards, you can hopefully absorb more nutrients without even insulin production. It's a spontaneous type of phenomenon that happens independent of insulin. It doesn't depend on insulin. It's done through mechanical force. So that's what my goal is with this type of training. Just want to put that out there, just so you're like, hey, what an idiot. Why isn't he training with heavy ass weight and I'm not trying to maintain mass. I'm trying to stay lean. I'm trying to actually try to tap into some fat, which is being very hard right now. It's a very stubborn body, but also, if you guys want to know about how I'm feeling on the HCG Clomid so far after a week, I've done over 10,000 or more IUs. Honestly, haven't felt much of a difference. I haven't felt any surges. Strength, I haven't really noticed because I've kept my reps high anyway. Sexual interest, no real difference. So hey, we're giving it a try. The main goal with it is to ignite spermatogenesis, get my testicles producing sperm again and being fertile. Then I think testosterone cypionate is in the cards, and it's going to be a mandatory procedure. At first I was always saying I want to be in the 500, 600 range. Yeah, that's better than what I am now. But then people are like, why do you want to shoot for 9 or 1100? And I will. That's something I do want to do. Another thing I want to mention is, some research that I've done. They've done studies with people that are naturally in the low normal, like 300 nanograms per deciliter, and compared them to a naturally high person that's in the 1,000 nanograms per deciliter. And what they found was there was no greater muscle gain or anabolism with the guy in the higher normal range than the guy at the 300 lower range, but there was a greater rate of fat oxidation and able to stay lean. So while higher testosterone naturally doesn't always equate to more muscle mass, if you can get in that higher range, you will have an easier time staying leaner. So now I'm going to try to push, hopefully the doctor's cool with it, whenever the time comes, to be in the higher range, like everyone's been messaging me and telling me to do. So that is a summation of kind of what I was doing during my workout, and we're gonna wait our Teriyaki Boy, and we're gonna absorb some nutrients. We just trained, so all that rice is gonna go straight to the muscle cells. I hope. We'll see. All right, got my broccoli and onion with chicken bowl. So broccoli, onions, and minced garlic.
Just chicken breast with yakisoba with minimal oil.
All right, yeah, that's another thing with yakisoba noodles, guys. Actually, they're very high in gluten, so the protein content's super high with the yakisoba. But as long as you cook them with low oil or minimal oil, they're low fat. So they're actually high protein, low fat. A lot of places make them greasy because they stick, so they put a lot of oil on them. With yakisoba in and of itself, if you just use low oil or non-stick spray, pretty decent carb source for nutrient density for off-season. But you're doing it for dieting, you're just having a little amount, so you're fine. Saturday night, and that means one thing. Cheat meal. What are we doing tonight, Rach, for our cheat meal?
We're eating at 10 o'clock at night, so I'm not really thrilled.
Yeah, I have to work out every time that I have a cheat meal, just because my brain is just so obsessive compulsive that I have to stimulate my muscles to hopefully absorb some nutrition. And if I don't work out, then it's no bueno. So she's not very happy because it kind of spoils our night, and we're late. It's like 10 p.m. But we're at a place called Tivoli Village in Summerlin. They have a bunch of different restaurants. One of our favorites here is called Echo and Rig. It's a steakhouse and it's a butcher all in one. And I love it, but I don't really want to go there. Rachel likes to play it safe. I want to explore new things because I like doing new restaurants. We're in Vegas. We're in a place where there's a lot of restaurants. I want to experiment. And of course, I'm ravenous because I'm so starved from essentially pre-contest dieting, but I don't look pre-contest. So another thing I want to go over with you guys is my current diet status. What am I doing with my diet? Last time I informed you guys, my bod pod was terrible. I somehow gained body fat, lost muscle, and I was dieting harder, 40 minutes of cardio, and I'm still doing 40 minutes of cardio. I don't want to change that. However, I'm doing my spin bike, but I'm standing up the entire time, going pretty intense. Dante, my sponsor, Dante Trudell, was adamant that I do not sit down on my spin cycle, and it could aggravate my prostate, and if you're prone to prostate problems, then a spin cycle bike is very hard and aggravating to your prostate. So I stand the whole time, which is actually better and more intense, and it's better for my legs, etc. So what I'm doing now, guys, and the reasons why is I am fasting for the first part of the day, similar to what I was doing a while ago, but I'm actually doing this for a reason, a good reason, because I care about utmost leanness. So I'm stubborn. I've been doing 5 meals a day clean, but I'm still not losing any body fat. It looks like I gained some. So my theory behind this is to fast for the first part of the day, and I'm going to amino pulse or essential amino acid pulse every 3 hours with about 20 grams of aminos to stay somewhat anti-catabolic, just to stimulate protein synthesis to a certain degree. Obviously, 20 grams of aminos is very low calorie load, but it will spike amino acids. As long as leucine's 3 to 5 grams, it's going to stimulate protein synthesis like a 20-gram piece of chicken or whatever. So my goal is to try to liberate and oxidize as much fatty acids from my body fat all throughout the morning, the afternoon while I'm fasting. And I'm also drinking black coffee. I wasn't drinking that in the beginning, but my blood pressure has been very healthy, so I'm doing a lot of black coffee. Obviously, that increases catecholamine production, norepinephrine, fat burning enzymes are increased. So yeah, I'm doing coffee while I'm fasting to liberate some fat. Now, I'm only eating now post-workout. Reason being is because it's clear that my muscles are not insulin sensitive. I'm not sucking up nutrients. I'm doing this post-workout feeding because that's the only window that my body's going to be somewhat receptive. So if I have any shot at all to store nutrients, amino acids, glycogen in the muscle cell, it's post-training from that phenomenon, GLUT4 translocation, that happens from mechanical force and muscle breakdown. That is not even relying on insulin. So I do have a chance, hopefully, to suck up nourishment right after my training from high reps and increasing glycogen synthase enzymes and all that cool stuff. I'm essentially doing like a depletion workout, like I'm doing a show each workout, just to a depleted muscle is going to be a hungry muscle. So post-workout might be my only chance to have a body comp favoritism. That's why I'm doing it. And I'm eating nothing too fun. I'm eating tilapia and asparagus. I'm having only 100 grams of carbs all throughout the week until my cheat meal on Saturday. So 100 grams of carbs post-workout, right when I'm receptive to nutrient uptake, and in the form of a bran muffin or what have you, like 50 to 100 grams of carbs max every day until my cheat meal on Saturday. I would show that stuff, but that's not even fun. I'm just telling you verbally right now. That's what I'm doing, and that's making the most sense to me because I'm just not a normal situation. If I had the ammunition with testosterone normal and estrogen normal, I'd do my normal 5 meals a day, higher carbs. But this is a different animal. I'm trying to pinpoint the problem and try to troubleshoot, and I'm trying to figure this body out of mine. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Also, another thing I want to mention is there's been some comments and people asking, well, hey, why is Matt coming off cold turkey, and why didn't he just self-medicate and just induce TRT by himself? Very simple answer to that, and some people have understood, is I was under a lot of stress and I just wanted to just not think about any type of drug or compounds after my dad passed. And also, I want to do everything perfectly, safely, legal, and under a doctor's supervision. That is ideal to me. I want everything monitored. I was obsessive compulsive with bodybuilding and getting a pro card. Now I'm obsessive compulsive with health. So when I get into something, it's a 200%. So now I want it legitimately done. I want it monitored every 4 weeks. I pay very good money for insurance, and I want to utilize it, okay? And that's why I don't want to self-medicate. I don't want to keep doing that stuff because that leads to other temptations. And my advice to anyone out there, guys, if you guys are pursuing bodybuilding to a high level and you're paying all this money for growth hormone, all your other chemicals, but you're cheap and you don't buy insurance, if you're going to be doing growth and pushing the envelope, you need to have enough money to buy insurance too, because you don't know what's going to happen. You might think, okay, I can do a private mdlabs.com or direct labs and do my blood panels. You need a doctor to check your heart, check your blood pressure in person, do whatever he needs to do to oversee it, not just anonymous blood labs, just to kind of know for your own personal reasons. You guys need to be smart and invest in the insurance. That's my best advice for people, to really do that. If you have enough money to spend thousands of dollars on kits, you have enough money to invest in insurance. I know bodybuilders, we're selfish, we're egotistical, we don't want to spend money on outside things that are kind of scary, but that is something you should do if you're pursuing a high level with compounds. That is currently what we're doing, and we're going to go eat. All right, guys, this is Tivoli Village, part of it. Beautiful area. A new David Barton gym, which is like a ritzy, fancy, smancy gym. Tons of restaurants. This is just the center of it. This is just a little piece of it. We're gonna go get some food. All right, guys, so we are at Echo and Rig, our favorite steakhouse. We just didn't want to experiment. We want to keep it simple. Here's our beautiful view outside.
looking over the Tivoli Village. We're sitting outside because it's a nice night on March 12th or whatever it is. And we're gonna show you what we're eating tonight. Rachel's gonna have some drinks. All right, here's found one of our appetizers. We got my favorite steak tartare, raw meat with citrus lime, capers, etc. with some bread. You're gonna spread that on. And then Rachel got a crab cake. And we're awaiting some appetizers I wasn't too fond of. Some broccolini or what was it?
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts. Vegetables. I want more meat. I want poke tuna raw. So this is half of the appetizers from our feast.
Let's eat.
Let's eat. Steak salad with mango and delicious medium rare steak. Avocado and mango, right?
Yep.
More bread. Waiting for the broccolini.
Here's my steak. They ran out of chicken tonight, so I did his chef's choice cut for me. So I got a New York strip that they cut the fat off of, and filet. I think it's like 9 ounces.
It's not a filet.
Sorry. You
It's
got
a
the
Spencer
steak. Yeah, which is the leanest part of
Look
the
at this
ribeye.
prestigious, very shallow plate, like $1 million plate. Very aristocratic.
Our Brussels sprouts were super salty, so I kind of mentioned it because we do come here a lot. And they wouldn't let us leave without dessert, so we got strawberry, pink grapefruit, and peach sorbet.
All right, I'm sick of looking at these damn Cinnabon cinnamon rolls. They've been in my refrigerator for months now. They are reduced fat. I'm gonna have to devour these tonight because the expiration date is in March. These are gonna go down tonight. 3 grams of fat, 8 servings. Could be worse. I mean, I'm sure one normal Cinnabon roll is actually like this whole thing. So I'm gonna conquer these. I got to. I'm sick of looking at them. Saturday cheat meal still being continued. I'm making myself a flatbread or pita, I think it's a flatbread sandwich with ground chicken breasts and salsa ranch, which is low fat. Only 3 grams of fat for 2 tablespoons. Spread on my pita with, of course, sriracha. I'm gonna put on some lettuce here. As I anticipate my Pillsbury Doughboy cinnamon rolls. So we're just gonna put this on top and make a little sandwich here. Here are the reduced fat cinnamon rolls fresh out of the oven. I'm over here spreading frosting on the first one. Little canister of frosting came with it. These things look actually like they are low fat because they're not very greasy at all. There's no grease in them. They're not really oily. Let's give them a taste, see if they're worthwhile. We're gonna throw them away. And yeah, they did get a little burnt at the bottom. What's this? Smokies cheating too on some cinnamon rolls? Oh, how about that? It's adorable.